We are live. So I'll say, indeed, to you, beloved and holy friends. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself. My things are in the way. I'm going to take this off. Put this down here. Sitting at a table today. A little bit something else. Getting good lighting on our faces. It's always nice. Getting to be perfectly shaded. This I approve of. Today's stream topic is about how you already know everything that you need to know. I went to go and have tarot cards pulled for me today. And that's not something that I usually do. And in fact, the last time I had someone do that for me was in 2017, 2018. That was the last time I ever had someone pull my cards for me. And I remember Adrian, he was the first one who pulled the cards for me. He put it in my mind that if somebody tries to charge you for a reading, they're basically messing with energies in a way they're not supposed to. And they could be like taking from your energy, curse you in a way. And I was pretty apprehensive, as you can imagine, to have cards pulled by anybody else ever since. And then there is this entity, this person, like she identifies as a lady, so I should say this lady, but she doesn't. She identifies as feminine presence in the world. Like she even we haven't had that conversation, and she doesn't necessarily see herself as a woman, but she also doesn't call herself a man as she used to be, and she does. Like my mind is like falling over itself trying to understand. Today's stream topic was about that. About trying to understand, about trying to know, because like I've been going through a lot, as you friends know, and there's a bunch of changes coming on, and there's a bunch that is going to be changing for my way of living and the way that I'm showing up in this world. And I've been stuck thinking about all of that stuff. I've been like, been all up in my head, and I felt like maybe pulling cards. Having someone else pull some cards for me would give me some insight in a way that I might not have normally. I did. I asked questions, real questions, about the stuff that I'm going through in my life right now. The different issues I'm facing, the struggles I'm fighting with. I also realized within myself the amount of willingness, I want to say, authenticity maybe, in actually just talking about the things that I feel are on my mind. Right? Like when you start talking about the stuff that's bothering you, let me say it in that way. When you start talking about the stuff that you've been thinking about a lot, and you actually do that, you realize you know all your problems, you know everything that's wrong, you know all of the places that growth can be useful, appreciated, can be necessary. Sorry about that. Right, and in that way, I feel like we are learning from each other as well. That's true, but ultimately, everything you need to know is already within you. Other people can just hold up a mirror for you to look into and see yourself. Amy, Dobry. It's been a while since seeing your name. It's nice seeing you now. Sending you blessings. I'm watching on my TV, so I'm shutting the app down. I hope you all have a great and stupendous day. Neersuring just came and landed very close to the apartment. Part of me wants to show you, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm gonna lean forward gently. It's gonna be wide. It's gonna punch in. And right there. You see him? Yeah, you see him. I've told you, friends, about these Neersuring, this hornbill bird. That's the one. That's the one that's been flying over my head over and over again. I just put it on TV too, Amy. Yeah. Melts on TV. Well, hornbill bird is on TV right now, technically. What is he doing? Is he curious about us? He doesn't look like he's hunting. Usually they're Their faces in the dirt if they're hunting for something. Maybe he's looking for something to hunt. Oh, majestic. Look at that shot. He is blending in a lot. I want him to come and land on the bricks so we have like a nice solid background to look at him on. That's a big bird. I hope that's clear. Just landed there. All right. We got to see burbs. Sam is using the light brick. Can I miss some context? It's a gray brush. Guybrush Trapwood stream. Look at those colorful rails pictures. And of course, then I click it onto just bricks. It's just bricks. Maybe I should just swap it around. But watch. As soon as I swap it around, suddenly my face, maybe it won't be that bad because we do have a little side window. But I'll move you friends here. And then I'll skirt you around. Maybe like, whoa! You almost fell over there for a second. You see, boom, instantly terrible lighting. Absolutely atrocious. Maybe this is better. This way I get to be less insecure about things, you know. I don't have to worry about the way I look because I'm just shadow man. I'm just man in shadow. Yes, you're so lucky to have such a rich wildlife in your area. You were just casually hanging with monkeys a few minutes ago. Now, there's monkeys in this area as well. They're just not as present and they're not as lax. Those monkeys were lax. Those monkeys were like very okay with getting really close to people. Usually they're not like that either. These experiences are new to me sometimes too, Sunking. But I am. You are absolutely right in your assessment of my luckiness to have access to these environments. Yay, it cleared up. Perfect. I'm watching on my TV. Have a good day too, Amy. Thank you, friend. Good morning to you again, Sun King. I have super sensitive eyes whenever anyone shows me their phone. It looks like it looks like a brick that emits light. You wouldn't like my devices in that case, Sam, because I'm one of those maximum brightness kinds. Goodness. Nice. This is, I think, the last bit of Hiroshima that I have. It's mango-y. It's kind of mango-y, to say it in a single word. Hey, those monkeys look like a riot, stealing bread. They were stealing bread. I was like doing yoga, and then I just watched monkeys steal people's bread and stuff. That's the first time that's happened to me too, Sun King. It was ridiculous. Hey, Jovan. So nice having you here. Shit brick, bro, Max. Break up. Light Pro Max. We know what the brand is all about. Shit brick Pro Max. I'll buy it. People would. If you made a product that's called Shit Bricks Pro Max, people would unironically still spend their money on buying that thing. Yeah, Jovan, I was thinking, you know, it doesn't really say a lot about humans to be suspicious of what is in their genetic cousins. The way I'm supposed to interpret Sam's message is that we are suspicious of our genetic cousins, right? And that says a lot about us. The fact that we have the audacity to be suspicious of them, right? In this grand scheme of things, if anyone needs to be suspicious of anyone else, the monkeys need to be suspicious of us, right? Like monkeys have never kidnapped me from my family and experimented on me, try to teach me sign language, right? The people have done that to monkeys. I'm not laughing at the darkness of that situation. I'm just laughing at the absurdity that that's even a real thing. How is that real? How is that real? Just imagine you're monkeying out there in the world, and then suddenly a person is like, "Oh, hey, monkey," cracks fingers. You're coming home with me now. That is some suspicious behavior, Sam. That is some very suspicious behavior. I think suddenly my message disappears. That was quick. Good morning. Good morning to you too, Chopo. I hope you weren't like send message, delete message. I need to say good morning first. You can jump right in, bro. You can jump right in. Like every day is today, and it's today again. It's nice to have today with you, friend. It really is, right? We have created this slice of reality. Like this is reality for us now. We get to experience this as a part of our experience because we've chosen it. Because we keep showing up for it as well. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for showing up for this experience over and over again. I'll give you more pixels of light and green. There you go. Less bricks. Yes. And if I hide my face, it's gonna try and it is actually trying to look at the background a little bit better. I have face. Instantly starts exposing from my face again. I'm getting notifications. Sorry. Good morning, Jaju. How's your toe? Do let us know. Do let us know. How's your toe, Jovan? How's your toe? Jovan also broke her toe. I don't know if that was known. I don't know if we have put that into the ether of our collective community space, but Jovan did break her toe. How are you feeling, Joe? Do let us know. Your message came through at 4:34 as well. I thirst for water, so I'm gonna go and get myself some. My ow ow. It's ouch, but I'm a tough one. It'll essentially just fall off, I guess. It'll eventually just fall off, I guess. No, I don't think that's supposed to be happening. I don't think falling off the off is how it should be. I think maybe you're just pushing my buttons to crank that concern in me. You mean you're expecting that little piggy to go to market, Joe? I'm sure there's some sort of weirdo online that would want to buy your toe, bro. Oh no, Jovan, you have an auto too? Oh, of course, Jovan is the one that remembers your ouch toe as well. You know, she gets to be right there with you. Both of you are now healing. Sending both of you even more healing energies. Damn, we better all watch for our toes, cause things come on these. I mean, they are pretty like small in comparison to the rest of you, right? Part of me wants to show you my feet just for the sake of this bit, but part of me is like, how about you don't do that? Actually, I wanted to be like, yo, look at how big my fingers are, and then it shows my small toe. You know, it's like obviously this little thing can break. Obviously, gross. I didn't do it. You're the gross one. Your brains. You're gross. No, you. My toe is pretty okay. It's like fine. We did talk about it being fine like a few days ago. It being just okay. I'm sure slowly but surely it will get better. Taking a breath with you for that though. That toe won't fall off, but the nail probably soon. Oh yes, this is true. Yeah, my mind is one of those like if it's gonna happen soon. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't force it. Maybe it will like heal and stop. Stop. Being human is rough. Starts manically screaming about it. Yeah, I'm the same, Jaju. I thought it was going well, but alas. Healing Healing takes time. Healing takes time. and you will not be loved any less for needing that time to get back to a place of being healed again. Yes. I'm back in a second. I'm gonna go and get something to drink. You wanna join me? You wanna go with me? Fine. I'll take you on an adventure. I have one of my legs longer than the rest because it got shimmied up on a bench. I'll just shorten it again. No. Put you down there. Look at this! Look at this! Look! Look what this be! Look! To the friends who don't know, but this, or at least the previous generation iteration of this version technology, this battery that I have here, got stolen before. And then I went onto the website, EcoFlow website, and it's Black Friday stuff right now. And they had a refurbished version, this device refurbished. And then they had like B grade and they had like C grade. And the C grade still gives you like 2 years of warranty, but there can be like apparent signs of use. And the signs of use was literally the fact that it was dust. There was dust on the bottom foot pads of this device. That's the signs of use that I had. And I paid $100. This is $100. It's 258 watt hours. So it keeps the Wi-Fi alive for two or so hours. 2, maybe 3 hours. Hey, Max. When did the power come on again eventually?
Oof, that was middle afternoon, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
So it like stayed off. Like we had this like almost like comical moment where power's on whole morning. We're like chilling. Then I get up from my computer to go and get the battery from the delivery person. I come back to my computer off, and I'm like, that's strange. Maybe I turned it off in my excitement, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. And then I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't just unplug the Wi-Fi. I say to myself, I should wait until the power goes off or something, and then swap the battery over. And then I realized the power is off. So in that case, how long did it end up lasting? Because it probably did die eventually.
Not that I recall.
It didn't die.
Nice. As far as I'm aware,
That means it was alive through 11, 12, 1, 3 hours in that case. Nice. That's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. 3 hours of Wi-Fi with that much heat. And then here is my room. And this is what I was looking for. Look, I rest my weary head on a horizontal surface. I'm super happy about that thing. Like, for me, the thing that I'm happy about is the fact that it's dirt cheap. That is like so cheap, so cheap. And I guess $100 isn't necessarily actually cheap, but $100 for what that is. The previous time, maybe I should say it in that way. The previous time I got that exact same amount of watt hours as batteries, and this is also, mind you, worse cell chemistry that I had the last time. I can cycle those batteries from 0 to 100 every day for the next 10 years and only lose like 20% of my capacity. So it still will work for like 2 hours as Wi-Fi battery, you know, even after cycling it every day for 10 years. And even then, right, it only has lost 20%. Then you can cycle it another 3,000 cycles, another is only losing another maybe 30, 40%. And then it will still be 100 watt hours, which is a lot, which is like 4 normal power banks worth of energy. And the previous one was 378, I think. $378. So 25% of the price for the exact same device with better battery chemistry as well. And that happened in 2 years. That's 2 years later. And yes, I admit it is a refurbished device, so the price isn't exactly indicative of what it costs market value. But ultimately, the reason they're selling them for those prices is because that's what they're actually worth. All right, that's what they're actually worth. The tech has gotten so ridiculously cheap, and that thing is a solar charger as well. You know, I'm gonna pop some solar panels on that thing, and then at least in part, some percentage of the Wi-Fi, some percentage of the stream, I'll charge my phone on that device as well, and my tablet and stuff. Then some percentage, or more and more of a percentage of every little bit of work I do online, is gonna be powered by the sun. Brought to you by the sun. Part of me is wondering whether or not I want you to have the bright greenery on the outside. Maybe you can absorb extra. Okay. All right. Then I'll bring you close. I'm gonna have to lengthen ye legs. I don't have any of my cushions here with me. I'm gonna go get them just because I want to be more comfortable. I'm sorry that I'm being so spazzy. Maximum ADHD. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, ooh, yes, that's so comfy. Thank you, myself, for efforting just a little bit more. I do love you for stuff like that. All right, get this. Oh! Excuse me. Excuse me again. Have anyone seen Munchkin cats? Hey Google, show me a Munchkin cat. Huh. No, I haven't seen. Maybe I have, but they are pretty darn adorable. Like a munchkin. Looks like cat to me. Looks like cat with extra floof. Looks like cat, but if he was munchkin. Is that a cat? The fuck? The fact that these are entities on our planet Earth, that is kind of bonkers. They feel kind of like, a part of me feels like there's some sort of abomination. Like, surely they did not. I mean, there's those small little cats that are wild that have kind of similar body structures. So maybe it's not that unnatural. It's very cute, though. Very, very cute, Amy. Today I learned of the existence of Munchkin cats. Fine, fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. We're going on an adventure! I still have all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Considering the lifestyle that I've lived, I still feel like I'm winning. I feel like I met someone like 2 days ago who was missing fingers. But it was not like a meeting of like meeting. Look at those legs. What legs? What legs are you talking about? Yeah. Look at me legs. I have some. I've been given legs. This is rough. It feels like I just had to purge some sort of cringe bug that was getting stuck in my throat. Thinking about the fact that I'm a person messes with me. Like, if those Munchkin cats had to know what they look like, had to have self-awareness about that, would they be less cute? I've been thinking about confidence a lot in that way, right? How confidence is something that people find attractive. That you could be societally unattractive and be confident and be attractive for that, right? Despite that. And the same is true and vice versa as well. Like, you can be societally attractive and be so insecure and so unconfident that you don't seem it. Right. Don't seem as attracting as you might look like. I definitely have some of my drink. What feels like in my windpipe. Woo! That feels a little bit better. Maybe I should take a sip of water. Maybe that will help. Ah. I think my toes are gonna fall off too. They are slowly dying. Not a sentence that I thought I would ever read. And now that I have, what am I supposed to know about it? The thing I want to know about it, first and foremost, is again hope. I hope, and I trust even, that technology will catch up with us and will ensure that that will not be necessary. And if hope doesn't carry me far enough, then I'm proud of you friends for showing up and taking care of yourself despite toes falling off, beaten and broken up. But they have yet to appetite anything from my vessel. They did technically cut a piece of me out already. I'm missing my appendix. I think I still have my mangels. Hey Google, what is mangels in Engels? The Afrikaans word. Bruh. I'm gonna have to search this with my fingers, stickies. That was so close to being way too hot. Still a little bit too hot, but it didn't completely get combusted, at least. Mangels. Mangels is an Afrikaans word. The word mangels in Afrikaans refers to lymph tissue located on either side of the human throat, behind the nasal canal, the palatine, tonsils. Oh, they're tonsils. That's the English word. I still have my tonsils. The palatine tonsils are the mangles, are the mangles that are visible at the back of the throat. An infection of the mangles is called tonsillitis. If tonsillitis becomes chronic, it can be dangerous and lead to serious health issues such as heart disease, kidney problems, and rheumatic fever. In severe cases, especially for children, surgery is required to remove the inflamed tonsils. Yeah, I never had that done. I never had my tonsils removed, even though a lot of my peers did have that done to them. I don't have my appendix anymore, though. That piece of me I did lose. I still technically have my wisdom tooth. It's still technically been a part of my mind. I've still been thinking about it. But it's not viciously painful. It's not painful at all, to be honest, right now. And it only is a problem if I'm eating, where it adds an extra layer of awareness. Let's go back to not thinking about it. And turns off these critical areas. Yes. No thinking about thingies. No. You'll see, I think I'm way behind. I'm so sorry. I've just been getting lost to a few friends. Toes. I felt like my toes were dying this morning when I stole a pair of my husband's brand new out of the package socks. Super warm now. Okay. A part of me thought that the socks had to be like broken in for a second. About your toes dying this morning. I was just imagining the socks being so uncomfortable. I was like, oh, but I guess probably was the cold. You suck, Steeler. I'm grateful to live in a climate where my feet never really get cold. Here in South Africa, it also like it gets coldish for a while, but relatively speaking, I've never seen snow. Right? Think about that. These eyeballs have never, maybe on a screen, sure, but light has never hit snow particulate, snow matter on the surface of the earth and bounced into my eyeballs. I've never witnessed such a thing. Snow might as well not exist to me, right? I'm sure the global warming enthusiasts are like super stoked about that. They're like, "What do you mean? There was never any snow in the first place, Mel? There was never snow, bro. What are you talking about? Oh, are you crazy? Did you ever see snow melt? Yeah, you didn't ever see snow. The media was just propagandizing, right? It was the infancy of the internet. People believed everything, even that snow was real. I shouldn't make jokes like this. This is too real. Barefoot 11 and a half months out of the year. That is pretty hardcore. I too prefer warmer climate. It's freezing here now. It's pretty nice here in South Africa. I'll let you know. Two squirrels are frolicking in my apple tree right outside my window. They are merry. That does sound nice. Watching the little squirrels, exist in their environment. Watching the monkeys in that way as well today. Any watching of any creatures. You can even watch ants. You can watch little beetles. You can watch the lizards. Just observing the critters in your life. There's a lot to be learned. All right, these little spirit animals teaching us how to have fun. I wish I could share a picture. My Munchkin cat is fascinatingly watching you today. I'm laughing so hard. He's not yet 3 and never pays attention to the TV. You want him over Mel. Yes, me and Kato totally gets each other. Now that I have that as like the Munchkin cat attachment of this entity that looks like cute personified as a fluff ball is is existing, is aware of its existence in this environment, and now has been made aware of mine. So, so much, Kankata. Thank you for the love, bro. I mean, that's cute. That really is. Rabbit, I have a huge pile of baby squirrels. What? Rabbit, I have huge pile of baby squirrels in my ears this month. Apparently, all the mamas gave birth this month. Oh, the little ones are hilarious. Okay. There's just huge piles of them. It's just like an abundance of baby squirrels, maybe more than he's seen in years this month. I am untangling the scripture. Lighting does so much. You look so pretty in your house. It does. Lighting is literally the most important thing. I can stream on a cell phone camera, and if I have good lighting versus bad lighting, it will make a big difference as to how the image quality looks. In that way, I'm just grateful that I have these microphones. Like realistically, with this little thing, I really do have everything I need. I can, I don't need any more. I want more. Always want more. I'm relentlessly wanting more because why? Why? Because give because I respect you. That's like one of the reasonings, right? For instance, the fact that when I didn't have my microphones and there was wind rushing by in this way, it could catch those little microphone holes on my phone and then make on your TV or your cell phone or whatever it is you're listening to me on. And the respect that I have for you and me makes me feel like that sucks for us that that's happening. Right. And in that way, I imagine it only getting better. The way I want it to be, and I know that it's still a while away. That's why I'm kind of patient as well. Is for all of my things to be properly integrated, like true singular ecosystem vibes of I have this device live streaming, right, as it is. And then I can have another device that has, for instance, a macro lens on it, which means I can show you the grooves on my thumb if I wanted to do that, right? And then I go and I say, yo, look at these grooves on my thumb. And then I hit a button on this device. And then what you see instantly switches to this feed and is looking now at this thing. And I can show you the grooves on my thumb, or an ant that is walking on the grooves of my thumb, if you will, right? And then I can go, oh yeah, but maybe you should see where I'm sitting right now. And then I have a camera in the corner there, and then I point at that camera, and then it becomes the eye that looks into this environment. And then you're like, oh wow, Mel, that's so cool that you can do that. Can I choose which perspective I want to see? And I'm like, of course. Look here at the top. There's all of the camera feeds that I have available to you right now, right? And then you're like, oh, where's the macro lens? I'm like, oh, I turned it off. And then I hit this button, and then it pops up there, up top of your screen again, and you can click on that and look through this eyeball now if you wanted to. That's how I want this to be, right? In my mind, that's how it should be. That's how it would be good, right? This to me is still like the infancy of what this is going to become for us. And there are ways, technically, to do all of those things that I've said, but one, they would be prohibitively expensive. Two, very finicky. Like you would have to finick excessively to get it to work properly. And with the way that I do these streams, kind of like run and gun, I happen to find myself in a new space. I hit the button and I'm showing up with a few friends. Having a cell phone and a little microphone that I can plug in is very convenient, to say it in so many words. And beating that convenience, it's going to have to user interface in a way that makes it impossible not to like. And I don't know if I'm gonna have to wait. I probably will. I'm comfortable in waiting for someone else to build this technology. But building this technology myself is gonna look either like getting behind a team that can actually do stuff like this, which is a lot. It's so much. Or it looks like waiting a long time to the point where I can build something like this myself. And in doing that, you also do limit yourself, because as soon as you build something for yourself, you're basically starting from scratch when it comes to like an audience building perspective. And you also have to assume that it's working and that every single person has access to high bandwidth internet, because something like that will take high bandwidth, both from my side and potentially from your side. Maybe it doesn't have to, maybe it can be optimized depending on which stream you're actually looking through. It can definitely be something that can be unloaded as well. I can make it clear. I can basically let the computer understand what I look like. And then I can take proper, or maybe even as it sits here, it can take proper HD environmental photos and then embeds that into the footage and then puts that out into the environment. And then the computer on the other side can receive that embedded HD environment footage, can receive what it thinks or what it knows, what I've told it I look like. And then it just literally constructs, on a local level, my image, instead of having to necessarily stream every single pixel of it. Then you can basically just share differences, what has changed from one pixel to another. Would be a little bit surreal. All right, again, what is reality? What is reality? Reality bunch of questions, bunch of answers, instantly arise when I ask that. Answers to me would be, reality is love, right? Like an act thereof. Reality is existence. The fact that you are. Reality is an intrinsic part of your experience, and there is no such thing without you in that way, right? At least not your reality. I've been very fascinated with this way of seeing our own experience as uniquely our own, right? Something that is yours, ultimately yours. Because we do live in a world where ownership is reinforced, right? Like we live in a world where we're convinced of this thing called money and property rights and you see the amount of hierarchy that comes along with that as a system. So in that way, what is it that we get to truly keep, right? Because things can be taken away. Your money can be spent and you can not have it anymore. Your property can be stolen, washed away by a flood, burnt down by a wildfire, right, etc., etc. So at the end of the day, what is yours? What did you get? What did you keep? What did you gain from this experience? And that is this life that we're living. All right. And today's stream topic, this whole thing about knowing, is almost like telling us, showing ourselves that we know. We already know all of the things that we're going to be experiencing in this life. In a way, like we've signed up for it. Right? We know that there's going to be challenges. We know that it's not always going to be easy. But we also know that love is true. And it takes a moment sometimes to just remember that about ourselves. It's interesting how quickly we forget. I forget so quickly how much I have to be grateful for. In my tarot reading today, that seems to be a theme that came up a lot. I pulled a Temperance card. I pulled the Death card as well, actually. Death card. Pulled the Three of Cups. Pulled the Musician. Pulled the World. And as I was pulling all of these cards, the lesson that it really was reaffirming almost more than anything is that I am an artist, I am a creator. At least to myself and what I think hard work is, I work hard. I even pulled that card, like the Three of Cups, and the last one was the Knight of Wands. So enthusiasm and engagement and rushing into this world no matter what, finding my way. And showing me that despite this experience that I've had as an artist, wanting to be seen, wanting to be appreciated, wanting my work to be valued. I think that's the word that we probably use as a capitalist society. And how in wanting this, I cause myself suffering, right? Because again, I'm wanting for things to be differently. I cannot see all of the cups I have around me because I'm wishing for this other cup, right? That's one of the cards that I pulled as well. Is this dude sitting against a tree, just this cup's on the floor in front of him, but he's like hoping, wishing for this other cup that he wish he could have. Really acknowledging, almost like remembering just how much I have to be grateful for. And again, to echo that, thank you. Thank you to you, friends, for being here in this world with me, for continuing alongside me in this world. Despite the amount of challenges we've been through, I'm so proud of us for continuing. Like that was also a theme today of the fact that I want to do this with you friends indefinitely. I will not stop, right? And I know that's such a hectic promise to make. You'll see. I say to myself, but I'm not gonna stop doing this, right? This really is gonna be an indefinite thing for me. I will show up for love forever. forever, right? Forever, ever, forever, ever. That feels like the best thing that I can possibly do. And the fact that you friends have found yourself on this journey alongside me, showing up with me, it feels like actual magic. It feels like some sort of magic, you know. So thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to show up for love alongside you, friends. Mm, I think I think I'm still very far behind. Getting closer. Turns off sound. Amy, that's so funny. I thought it was just my animals that watch Melty intently. I have birds and squirrels and cats that always hang around close to the stream when the volume is turned up outside. I would lie if I didn't say during the yoga today, all of the monkeys suddenly showing up and deer coming and grazing on the grass around me, that I didn't take some pride. I was like, I'm so chill and I'm giving my yoga cues so gently and so relaxingly that these animals feel comfortable being in this environment with me, right? The contrast being me aggressively screaming, right? And rushing towards things as energy differentials, right? I could acknowledge that yes, I am occupying this. Oh, how gentle, I'm breathe. I'm move, I'm speak softly. Energy. And I feel the animals definitely do respond to that kind of stuff. I've had many experiences before where birds will on their journey of flying wherever it is they're flying, just like land, sit down, watch me intently for a while, and then go upon their journey again as well. It's always special. Definitely hug some trees. Do, Amy. I was in Discord and had some health issues and withdrew myself from the world. Know that you will be loved, Amy. Withdrawal or no withdrawal, whatever it is you need to do, know that you won't be judged when you come back. We'll show up for love. They're cute, but I kind of think they were bred to be that way, which is kind of sad in a way. No, true, but there are cats that look like that as well. Hey Google, what is that short, stubby desert cat? Yeah, look at this thing. Let me click this button. I'm looking for this one. Look at the way this critter looks like. If you told me this was like Gen AI, I'd probably believe you. Oh, look at that cat. Not exactly the same, but also like short and stubbiness. And then there's like a very small one as well. Mm, small. I'm trying to find the exact species that I'm looking for. Yeah, these ones. These dudes as well. Look at those dudes. And that's what they look like in the world. All right, so there are definitely a bunch of different kinds. I'm definitely not saying that it's good that we manipulate the physical form of creatures that we subjugate. All right, I'm not saying it's good, but I don't know if we need to hate those creatures or the people that have them because of it. Right? Like, despite some animal breeds existing and there being a certain perspective on their existence, those creatures still are very happy to be alive and to be loved by their owners, you know, by their family in that way. So, love is true, ultimately. Oh my god. I've seen a long eared chabut It's a cat rabbit hybrid. They are freaking cute. Chabbit. Am I supposed to search that word? Google is gonna laugh at me. It's gonna be like cabbage a bit or something. Yes, I think I'm missing a bunch. How much more do I have to scroll? Nick Cage. Yeah, I'm missing a bunch. I'm so sorry, friends. So much. I really do appreciate the amount of presence you friends are sharing in chat right now. Okay, I'm finally back to where it was. I probably should do a little bit of a speed run. Chabit. I think it's mean to create something so helpless. Part of me was asking the question if I'm helpless. I don't know if I'm helpless. I'm not helpless technically, but ultimately, I'm pretty helpless, right? If there's a massive meteor hurling down on planet Earth right now, I'm gonna be like, oh, nukes suddenly flying to the sky, Earth's magnetic fields changing, kilometer high waves rushing over my fore. Right, right. So in that way, pretty helpless, pretty helpless. You can call God mean if you want to, but I think love is true. I think ultimately the experience that is right. If you are made helpless and then abused in that helplessness, that I would consider evil. But just for instance, like if creating helplessness was considered evil, then the most evil people on planet Earth would be mothers. How's that for a hot take? I never asked that, right? But get what I'm saying, right? Moms are amongst the most nurturing creatures on this planet. And in that way, a certain dependence can be formed, right? Some mothers might baby their babies so hard that they never form any inkling of helpfulness, right? Like they cannot help themselves. Completely helpless creatures. And those people can be abused as well in that way, right? Like that power structure does exist even in human beings. So, yeah, I think helplessness in and of itself isn't evil to create. It's more the manipulation thereof that would be. Because there's a lot of helplessness in society that we're going through right now as well, right? Like the helplessness of watching people homeless on the streets, for example. It feels pretty helpless. Mm-hmm. Funny, the volume turned up. Freaking cute. So much love. Seemingly, legs be flexing. Being unattractive and confident in yourself to the point where you become attractive. Relevant American dad coming in the Discord. Oh, that's probably gonna be some cursed, but I would love to see it. Thanks, Rabbit. Hey, Joe. I get on when I can. I will be getting a job soon, so not sure if I can watch live, but at least I can watch no matter what. True, they are online at least. Ideally, indefinitely. And with the new, like, crystallizing things into glass. I look forward to putting every single one, maybe like the first 10,000 live streams on like a slice of glass and then having that slice of glass and being like, look at this. This is 10,000 days of my life. Crystallizes data into this little slice. And you can put this in a machine and it will be able to 10,000 live streams. Every single word I said. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. Thanks, Rabbit. Hey, Joe. I get on when I can. Bless you again. Confidence can create mad attractiveness. Just look at Nick Cage. Nick Cage. His confidence gave him a career because it sure as shit wasn't his face. Nick Cage is not attractive? Hey, Google. Nicolas Cage. Jeez, I don't really look at people and judge them based on whether or not they're attractive, but I never thought Nicolas Cage was unattractive. Like when he was young, he was straight stud. Hey Google, I shouldn't be Google. I shouldn't. Just as I said, like everything I said is gonna be saved. Oh goodness, can you show me young Nicolas Cage? Okay, some of these shots are not good. No, well, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I don't know. Poor Nicolas Cage. What did Nicolas Cage do? We were talking about confidence. My poor brain. Oh yes, regens puts on the confidence generator once again. Thumb groove, delusional. Yes, yeah, I'm missing. I'm like scrolling up a lot. I'm scrolling up so much it has to refresh the comments up top. Sun, but he has got that charisma too. Yeah, he's the same guy in every movie. Sun, not a downer at all. Positive Polly over here. Just wanted to mention that in the US they seem to claim a wiener dog and a cat appeared and had a baby. What? I doubt it. But maybe. I mean, there could be anomalies, who knows? Sadhguru spoke today about microbes as the fundamental life. Soil needs shade from trees, that a carbon cycle future generation can breathe easy. Yeah, that is a good thing to consider. Because a lot of us do definitely only exist on this plane of like, oh yeah, it's just us, big human being, but there are microbes, literally, things so small that we cannot even fathom them. We didn't for the longest time. Like fathoming microorganisms is a pretty new humanitarian discovery. Like no more than 300 years, right? Have that even been an idea in our collective minds? And the fact that it's been a lot more distributed. The understanding of this is an idea, right? That, for instance, one way to like give you something to latch on with this understanding too is when it just starts raining and you smell petrichor, that smell that's in the air. That smell exists because of microorganisms, right? They become dormant. They sleep in the soil, and then as water falls, that soil becomes rehydrated, and they reawaken. They become awake again, and in that process of being alive and being awake, they produce chemicals, and then you smell those chemicals as petrichor, right? And it's something as small as that. It's like you've smelled the smell of rain so many times before, but now we understand that there are organisms. There are literally living beings. I mean, what you consider a living being might differ from what I do, but there are entities, little organisms, little aliens living on planet Earth, if you will, another way to see it, that are just doing things, making your life exist as it is. And if they didn't exist, neither would you. Jobot, we can think of something better for fine, future, innovative, new entrepreneur, or new entertainer. I like that one actually as well. Jovan could definitely be that. Amy says she's dope. I'm dope. Driven on positive energy. I do like that. I'm pretty lit. Love is truing it out here. I have 15% battery left right now, so I might lose you, friends. Amy, I think I'm delusional. Delusional on positive energy. Delusional on positive energy. I don't know if that's the right word, but maybe. Thumb grooves. I like that term. Them fingerprints. Swoosh depends on the way the matrix flips. Sometimes you've just got to fake it till you make it. And the Lulu can help. Yeah, the Lulu be the Salulu, right? Sometimes. Someone mentioned in chat a day or two ago, observe the observer. which I do often. I'm glad I have this mind slash perspective. It's good to appreciate. It's fun when Melt gets nice and stoned and comfy and well hydrated and then starts philosophically just waxing on whatever. Yeah, yeah, all of my bars, right? I wonder if I'll be able to find it. How is this gonna be easy? Let's see if I can search it just like this. People that read philosophy, philosophy versus people, Linda versus philosophers. Oh, this is so funny. And I do see myself. Let's see if I can find the meme. I do see myself in the philosopher, even though he looks. Yeah, this is it. This is it. It's so low res still. I don't know if it will load in. Maybe it's better if it's low res. But it's like people who read philosophy and it's like, yes, we're so sophisticated, and then the actual philosophers are just like these guys usually with like a lot of problems. Like they're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking good care of themselves, and they're just struggling. And I do consider myself a philosopher as well. I'm just trying to not struggling in the same way. But in a way, like look, sitting at table, have green bottles, have thingies. Right, looks like he's smoking. Thank you, thank you. I love that you appreciate me waxing on and going down these rabbit holes with you, friends. I do enjoy it too, for what it's worth, Joy V. It makes me feel like I'm like chipping away at this block of understanding that we're chipping away on. Yeah, Sun King. When I live in the big city of Atlantis, it was easy. People watching and how we all interact is fascinating. Cactus Jack is a winner. I feel like I'm missing some context. Amy, I too enjoy watching these instructions and the webs we weave with one another. Sun King. I miss people. Soon. Hope I work soon. Waiting to hear from two places. We are also planning out our non-profit prison ministry. That could be an interesting adventure. I hope that you get to spend more time with people, Amy. I do feel what you're saying. People are why we're here after all. Right? Maybe it's good that you're missing them. Jovan says, between the stimulus and the response is our opportunity for change. That's why we observe the observer, to mindfully consider why we feel the way we do about the stimulus and respond with our higher self. I think that's maybe to liken it to today's stream topic. That's the part of you that already knows, right? That higher self already knows what the right thing to do is next. All right. And as you get that stimulus, and you're like, what's a stimulus, Mel? Someone saying something triggering, someone doing something triggering, someone misunderstanding, someone projecting their own traumas onto you, etc., etc. And that's the stimulus. You feel something like, ah. And then in between that space where you haven't reacted yet, you haven't said something yet, you haven't done something about the stimulus, that is the opportunity, as Jovan says, for change. It's in that opportunity that you'll find what you need, that you'll find what you already know. I think is a better way to say it even. I hope it all works out for you, Amy. Bless. You're on a righteous journey. Love is true. Joe Bot, great perspective. So much love. Wise interpretation. I appreciate your perspective. So much love. Melt, the calm, modern Ace Ventura. Giovanna's gonna love that. I don't know if she's read that message. She might just be listening. Yeah. Amy, you have no idea how much I like that. I resonate a lot with the Ace Ventura character archetype. Big surprise. I resonate a lot with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey I don't know if I should say stuff like this. It might be a little bit revealing of me. Jim Carrey is my favorite actor. All right, all-time favorite actor. If I had to be like, if I had to idolize an actor, and I had to be given the opportunity to talk to one, Jim Carrey would be the guy I talk to. He's like, thinking about him, he takes up a big, like, real estate in my mind. What a dude. What a dude as well. He definitely started laughing alongside the Cosmic Giggle over the last few years. It was interesting watching that part of him unfold as well, because it happened alongside mine, right? I, as a kid, loved Jim Carrey. I loved The Mask. The Mask is one of my favorite movies. I had it on VHS as a kid, and I watched it relentlessly. It was such a good movie. Still is such a good movie, I think. I haven't watched it in a decade plus, but still, thinking about it makes me happy. And in that way, I I like saw myself in this Jim Carrey archetype. And then as a kid, getting to watch the rest of his movies, getting to watch the Ace Ventura movies. The Ace Ventura world was the one that I resonated the most with, where I was like, holy shit, this guy's me. This guy's me. What the hell? Why is he pretending he's to be me? Like I am, with my mannerisms, right? It was surreal. It was so surreal. And then I went down the rabbit hole of becoming a little bit more serious, in tune with this whole experience that all of us are having. And then he seemingly at the same time also went down that rabbit hole of maybe just being a little bit more vocal and loud about it in the outside world. And it was quite surreal. As I became myself. And in all the ways that I would see insecurity in me, he became that as well. Beans good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you fart. Uh, true. It's true. Literally spilled the black beans the other night. That kind of sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, spilling food is not a vibe. Can I tell you what I did yesterday? Uh, there's this drink called a Yogi Sip. It's like a drinkable form of yogurt. And I like shaking my Yogi Sip before I drink it. And I take a sip, and I haphazardly close it. And I only figure out the haphazard part afterwards, of course. And then I go to shake my drink. Right? But it's one of those things where you start shaking this thing, and you're going down like this trajectory. And then you see what's supposed to be a single object in your hand turn into this in your field of vision for a split second. And if you're not sure what this is, it's the yogurt flying through the air onto my freaking computer and monitor and keyboard and legs and arms and Dynavap. And then I painstakingly I take a deep inhale, and then I spend the time to slowly but surely clean my environment again. But it was a lot. So I get the bean spilling thing. It's not fun. This is what makes us energy alchemists. Take in whatever you can perceive and appropriate the energy. We are powerful human beings. Yes, we are. We are capable of so much more than we can imagine. Right, and it is one of those things where if we could imagine it, maybe we would stop ourselves from ever doing it. So it is this almost self-discovery that you have to continually go on. I want to talk about the nervous system. How else we know, you know? Talk to your nervous system. My nervous system. I am speaking to you now. You have this ability to feel things and to output energy back into this world. You are now being reminded that there is love to be had, that this experience you're a part of is not one to be scared of, that death can be as much as just a change of perspective, and what we consider life is not something that ever goes away. My favorite analogy for that is staring out into the world and acknowledging that what you're looking at, or at least the slice of what you're looking at, has had death occur in it. Insects, microorganisms, animals getting hunted by other animals, people killing other people, etc., etc. Just in this little space of yours that you're looking into right now. So much could have happened in this space. Not in this time necessarily right now for you, but in this space. So much death, right? And if you could remove the time equation and only have all that has happened in that space, how much death would you be faced with, technically speaking, in that space? And still, that is the reality of the environment we're staring into right now. And you're not noticing death, you're noticing life. Because death in that way only makes way for more to be again. The fact that I pulled the death card today. So many different ways of dying. So many different symbolic meanings of death as well. I don't know if I want to go down the rabbit hole of the death of our institutions. Sounds a little bit grim. For right now, a little bit grim. I'm gonna energy alchemize this energy into going like. When I did that, I imagined what it would look like to be a human being living on a satellite. It would technically be considered a satellite, but space station sounds cooler, you know. And it had like this center, almost like elevator terminal, and then off of it, these extrusions going all the way up. And then there were, of course, rings, and those rings were habitats that people were staying in. And just like staring out into this ring, seeing more surface area above your head, seeing the planet Earth behind that surface area. That sounds sick. How long away is that? Who knows? Will we get to see it? I don't know either. What I do know, and this is what today's stream topic is about, is that we are a part of that story. All right, and that's all you have to really know sometimes, is that you are already a part of this grand story. You are already playing your part. And your part is not finished in its playing. The fact that you're still alive, that was also something that was affirmed today a few times. The fact that you're still alive means that there's still more work for you to do. There's still more work for you to do. All right, and work doesn't have to be something that we dredge, right? Work can be just something as simple as getting up. On a computer level, work would be considered just getting up from your bed Lifting your head from your pillow registers as work on a system level. All right, and I appreciate that you've been doing this work day in, day out. The fact that you're doing even more than just lifting your head up from the couch or the pillow, leaves you a lot to be proud of. I'm proud of you, friends. I'm proud of all of us. It's nice ending this moment. It's nice spending this moment. I dream and I do not hesitate. Continue forward, dear friend. I've dubbed the Amy Bean. Hesitation and procrastination can lead to assassination. Of course, depending on situation. I literally swallowed the black beans. Wishing you, Melt, and all a great evening, day, or night. Got to go for now. Adios. Bless Sun King. Thank you for the time you spent. I know you're not here, but I'm blessing you retroactively into the universe. Beans, the magical fruit. Beans are not fruits. Right? Right? Surely, they're legumes. Hey Google, are beans fruits? Oh, no way. Wow. Botanically, beans are fruits. Botanically, beans are fruits, but they can be considered both fruit and a vegetable. However, beans are commonly offered and consumed as vegetables in the world. Beans and peas are classified as a subset of vegetable groups by the United States Agriculture. Well, today I learned. That feels. I don't know why. I feel like the whole tomatoes are fruits. That was never an issue for me. I was like, yeah, checks out. It has seeds. But beans are fruits. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to pretend that's not real. Beans are good for you. Again with the fart joke. Yeah, I missed that one. I'm missing that one now. I remember reading it the first time. Amy, I've just decided whether or not I'm going to have chili for breakfast. Thank you for helping me make up my mind. Eat your beans. More. Nick Cage is not attractive. Dude looks like a human can opener. Yo, see, Nick Cage, if you're listening right now, bro, I unironically never thought that, and realistically, actually thought that you were a good-looking guy. To my mind, maybe that's something we can consider. Shirley is here. Hey, Shirley. To my mind, the fact that he was conventionally successful, right? The fact that he was in movies, to me meant that he was attractive. Like I thought that's how it worked. So I maybe like there was some sort of bias that I was like, oh, he's movie star. Movie star look good. No matter what movie star looks like, he looked good because he looked like movie star, which is good. I'm trying to of course dumb it down to the most bare necessities of what that thinking involves, but that I feel is basically what it is. I never really thought about that. This dude looks like a human can opener. Jeez. Oh, now I'm hungry. I mean, we were talking about beans and stuff. Maybe we need Nick Cage as the human can opener, especially right now. Boom. He's even more attractive. I'm still here. I was just sending off our friends. Bless. Spoon of almond butter. Square of Hershey's dark chocolate. Caffeinated slushy. Sounds like a breakfast of champions. Caffeinated slushies? I'm part of me wants to be like, oh, that's a thing, but I'm like, of course that's a thing, bro. You can just Hoy Monster in a slushy machine and then Shazam caffeinated slushy. What did Nick Cage do? Buy a ridiculous former slave plantation and build a creepy pyramid crypt that he had to pay off doing a bunch of shitty movies. Mad respect though. Man knew what he wanted. A creepy pyramid crypt. I don't know what that is. Hey Google, what is a pyramid crypt? No, not a pyramid crypt. You see, hey Google, what is a pyramid crypt? I can words good. Hmm. 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 Uh, maybe I can go. I can go Nick Cage. Nick Cage Pyramid Crib. Huh. I mean, the gravestone. I'm seeing photos of his gravestone. Like apparently, it already has his gravestone. He had to do a bunch of shitty movies to own that thing. I did say mad respect the previous time, but a part of me is like, but why? It must be valuable to him. My mind is trying to understand if there's some sort of mechanical reason, right? Like maybe the shape of the pyramid, or the stone it's made of, or the exact place it's positioned at, or the way it transitions from being straight lines to steps, or the writing on it. I think this is making my brain hurt. I need to stop thinking about this right now. I'm getting there. Creating life. Strange. To every single person on planet Earth. Famous, which to Nick Cage was probably like 30 years ago or something. People would find you pretty strange as well, without a doubt. And you might have done some weird shit in your life as well, but that would be the stuff the media goes, yeah, look, this person just does weird shit. Can you believe it? There's such weird shit doing people. Maybe I'm again, like, for me, it's just a matter of, uh, I don't know Nick Cage. I don't know Nick Cage. I would like to have a chat with him. And even if I do, I wouldn't know Nick Cage. So, yeah, maybe the internet knows more than I do. I wouldn't be surprised. The internet gives me an affirming, yes, we do. Fine. Fine. I'm not as tuned in just yet. I don't have computer interfaces in my brain yet. Creating life is creating a being who will suffer. Becoming a parent is a biological urge, but it is sentencing someone to a lifetime of struggle, hurt, and sorrow. It is what it is. Yeah, it is kind of like that, isn't it? It is kind of like that, Joy Vive. But there is also this thing, right, in me that I almost get it. There's a type of fighting. Oh man, my battery is on 6% right now. Oh, I'm gonna run out of battery power. I want to read your comments. I was gonna go down the rabbit hole of I have definitely experienced the difficulty that comes with being a person on planet Earth, right? And the struggles and the suffering, the wanting for things to be differently that comes along with it. But at the same time, I do believe that I can bring value as an archetype, as a person, as this form into this world. And there is a part of me that feels, yes, I'm gonna die eventually, and this world will be left without me. What and how many different ways can I make this world a better place? And I will absolutely be able to do so with my actions. But there is a part of me that could potentially do so by having offspring as well. And that it's not a thing that's close to me just yet, but it is something that I am reserving judgment for the future. Maybe things get better. If things get markedly better, maybe the prospect of having kids will make more sense as well, but I can't even imagine it right now. Yes, it was the same character in Ghost Rider and in Aircon and just about every other of his films. Doctor Strange thing. I'm thinking of Big Lebowski. Yes, that was Big Lebowski is a big one. I actually did watch that movie by your friend's recommendation. I never thought Nick Cage was unattractive. Exactly, charm and confidence, making folks look good for the win. That is kind of what we were talking about a little bit today as well. Much love to all. Got to chase down and take vitamins and cleanse my pineal gland. You get him, friend. Bless you. I'm not a fan of Nick Cage. Hard to swallow his character. And what I know about Hollywood with truth in plain sight. I will, Joe, and we'll download Discord. I miss you guys. And know and more than you know. Bless you, Amy. It was nice having you here today. Yeah, the Hollywood environment is definitely not one that I can condone or, say that I don't know how skizzy that environment can be. Again, it's a matter of knowing who's involved, right? I would like to have like a clear, for me, it's like almost like an interfacing thing of like a little bar above someone's head is like, yeah, this person might not have your best intentions at heart. As I say that, I'm noticing two beetles mating on the ground. I'm gonna put up a privacy curtain for them. Uh, part of me is joking, but a part of me is also not because even though I'm forcing myself not to look, surely still some of those photons are hitting my side of my eyes. It's okay. Jaju Mel is way behind too. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up before my phone dies. I'm gonna keep streaming until there's not a drop of juice left. Hey, Gavity good. You're here just in time, bro. We have like 3%, 4% battery left. Beans are surely fruit. Beans are apparently fruit. I had to learn that the hard way today by not believing it first and then finding out. I love the mask. I said to my boss, give me the keys, not the cheese. The keys. And he didn't understand the reference, but I chuckled at myself, and that's all I needed. Should watch it together, that movie sometime. I had Ace Ventura 2 on VHS. I wore that tape out. I still quote it in my head sometimes. You know what would be interesting as a correlation, Joy Vive? And I know I'm stalling or I'm stopping, but what would the concentration of people that find my character endearing or tolerable and the people that actually like the Ace Ventura movies be, right? I would not be surprised if a high percentage of people that can tolerate me also like the Ace Ventura movies. Oh man, that's always tripping me out. Like a litmus test. It's like, did you like Ace Ventura? Yeah? Oh, good. Good. You're probably gonna get some of that. With the amount of Jim Carrey content I consumed as a child, I'm pretty sure he's a signature away from being my legal parental guardian. That's hilarious. Do you know Snowflake? Does she call you when she? Oh shit, y'all. Been on top of the chat the whole time. You friends have been so beautifully present today. It's been nice. Yowski, nice to meet you. Love you so much. What did you knew? I knew that love was true. Once again, that knowing just like keeps slotting itself perfectly inside my brain, like a brain sliced lottery. What am I saying right now? I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I know the battery is gonna die soon, and my mind is like, oh, well, response to hell no is the phrasing melt toes and not perspective shared, and which that valuable part. When we talk about life and death, love, we do so from different perspectives. Absolutely. I think when we talk about everything, we talk about from different perspectives. It's almost like my favorite analogy is like using sentences as little pieces of paper mache, trying to put it over this invisible 3D object that is an understanding or idea. And slowly but surely, we're trying to build up this shape of what it is we're trying to communicate. And in that way, we will always be imperfect. Like if you just focus on this little sliver of paper, you're not gonna see this thing that I'm trying to show you. Obviously, you're gonna be like, "What? That piece of paper is wrong. That sentence you said is wrong. It's not what I. Not I." I'm proud of Nick Cage. Yeah, I just rewatched Con Air. It was awful but entertaining. I don't think I've seen that one at all. I feel the electrons draining from this battery. Don't leave me, friends. Nick Cage is overrated and Jim Carrey is a legend. Today's stream topic. No, please. Let's not cast so much shade. Today, Gob checks notes. That Nick Cage is a weirdo with can opener face, but I know you know how to work that. You can go pretty far in life. True. Yeah, today's stream topic wasn't part about that as well. Maybe like that could be something to know. Know that you are beautiful. Know that you are valuable. Know that you are novel. Know that you add to this environment in a way that nobody else can. And know that it wouldn't be inappropriate for you to be confident in that. Show up just like that. Just be like, I'm me. This is myself, and I'm here to be that. That's what I'm here for. Nothing else. And maybe that's much easier said than